5,000 metres.
Yes, now that 1,500 metres final from the weekend getting lots of publicity. It was won by Abdelatif Baka, who is not in this, but he does go in the 400 metres final later today. And as we say, it was 2 seconds faster than the Olympic Games decider. It features the bronze medalist from that, Henry KIRWA, the former Paralympic champion, won 3 gold medals in 2008 in Beijing. A really strong field right across the board. A lot of that 1,500 metres field are in this, Lukasz WIETECKI of Poland included. So let's run through the field. Bilel HAMMAMI of Tunisia's first major championship was disqualified in that 1,500 metres final, but he'll be looking to get a finishing place against his name here. For Australia, from Diamond Valley Athletics Club in Melbourne, 7th in the 1,500 metres final here, and 7th in the 5,000 in Doha at the world's Jaryd Clifford. Bilel ALOUI of Tunisia, his first major championship, finished 6th in the 1,500 metres final. Now we've got a couple of reigning Pan Am Games champions here. Yeltsin, born in the summer of 1991, hence the name. The Pan Am Games champion over 1,500 metres and 5,000. Amin CHENTOUF won the 5,000 metres in London 2012 and won 3 golds in Lyon in the 2013 World Championships. Guillaume from Canada, the other Pan Am champion over the 1,500 metres distance. He's from Quebec. Youssef BENIBRAHIM from Morocco, silver in the 5,000 metres in Beijing, silver in the 1,500 in Lyon in 2013. He's from Casablanca, but will always in Paris. Gustavo NIEVES of Spain, the bronze medalist in the 5,000 metres in 2014 in Swansea. The European champion from Poland is Lukasz WIETECKI, gold in the 15 and the 5 in Grosseto back in June. The former Paralympic champion over 1,500, 5,000 and 10,000 metres in Beijing in 2008. Bronze in the 15 here, Henry KIRWA from Kenya. Here's Julio, Cesar, AGRIPINO de SANTOS, 12th in the 1,500 metres final, representing Brazil. And from the United States, silver in the 5,000 at the Pan Ams in Toronto, it is Chaz Davis. All ready for the men's 5,000 metres final. And away we go. Davis, AGRIPINO de SANTOS, KIRWA, WIETECKI, NIEVES, BENIBRAHIM, OUELLET, CHENTOUF, JACQUES, ALOUI, CLIFFORD and HAMMAMI. A lot of the field of that very fast 1,500 metres final. Only Henry KIRWA in terms of the medalists in this. Amin CHENTOUF, former champion. Remember, he won the 5, the 10 and the marathon in Lyon at the World Championships in 2013, and the 5,000 metres Paralympic title. He is the reigning Paralympic champion from London 2012. He going out straight away along with KIRWA, and it looks like Bilel ALOUI as well, who finished 6th in that 1,500 metres final, the 26-year-old Tunisian. Look at the gap straight away. There's a mix of T12s and T13s in this. T12 being medium visual impairment, so they can go with the guide if they wish, and as you see, some have. T13s, least visual impairment, no guides. It's a really strong lead. You can look at that. It's around 40 metres straight away between the leading 3, and it's 3 quality athletes who've decided to go for this right from the start. In KIRWA, CHENTOUF, who've won the last 5,000 metres titles, the last 2 between them, and also Bilel ALOUI of Tunisia breaking away as well. The rest going their own pace, which is fair enough. Large gap all the way back. Bit of danger in there in the main bunch, particularly in the form of the European champion Lukasz WIETECKI, who won the European title over 15 and 5. But we've got 11 laps to go and 3 away out ahead of the rest.
And that trio at this stage, CHENTOUF, KIRWA and ALOUI, they are the 3, 1, 2 and 3. And then that gap has been pushed out to about 50 metres now. BENIBRAHIM is in 4th position, leading that group behind. And then we have Chaz Davis from the USA. And just trying to stay out of trouble at this stage as Wale from Canada. And losing a position or two, Jaryd Clifford from Australia. You can see a couple of athletes with guides in this race. But this is the trio that look as though they're fighting out the medals at this early stage. Coming into the straight with 10 laps to go. CHENTOUF, the leader, trying to run his own race here at the moment. The defending T12 Paralympic champion out in front of KIRWA, who was the flag bearer here for Kenya in Rio. And then in 3rd, in their slipstream at this stage, is ALOUI from Tunisia, a personal best of 15:54.7, which he managed to run this season. And they still hold that 50-metre margin. Tunisia up in 5th position at the moment as well, with HAMMAMI, who has improved, can run under 15 minutes, and is moving up in that main group now on the outside, and is challenging WIETECKI for 4th position. As you can see, that group there, the Brazilian Jacques is in the pack there, along with AGRIPINO dos Santos. But let's have a look at this trio, still looking pretty comfortable coming around the turn with 9 laps to go. It is CHENTOUF in front. 67.44 was the last lap. Interesting to see if they've stepped it up a shade or they're remaining pretty consistent. 30 degrees trackside at the moment. KIRWA in 2nd place, ALOUI in 3rd. So with 9 laps to go, it was 68.14. So they're pretty steady here at the moment, as the main group now go past the line as well, and they receive the 9 laps to go.
Yeah, KIRWA, CHENTOUF and ALOUI, the 3 out in front. There was that really strange statistical quirk in this category in the 1500 meters final, where Barker won in 3:48.29, 2 seconds inside the Olympic winning time by Matt Cetrovitz. That was a really slow tactical Olympic final here at the engine now. Matt Cetrovitz, a really excellent athlete, but it was the slowest Olympic 1500 meters final in something like 80 years. And it's generated a huge amount of newsprint, and the main thing you should take out of it is that the athletes we're watching here, they really are good. It was obviously an incredible statistical quirk. I'll tell you one thing for nothing. It would take something remarkable for this bunch to beat the 5,000 meters Olympic winning time from Mo Farah. That was 13 minutes dead. World record in this is 13:53 from Amin CHENTOUF, who's going out in front. Now, he's a T12, there's medium visual impairment. A marvelous athlete, these 3 are actually. That's why they've decided to go for it straight from the get-go. Lead of about 100 meters. CHENTOUF, KIRWA and ALOUI. KIRWA, the oldest of them, he's 43 years old, but longer distance running allows that, really. Amin CHENTOUF is 35. ALOUI is the babe of the leaders at the age of 26. It's a massive, massive gap back to 100 meters as they go through 2,000 and 5:36.26. It's really solid running. Then you go all the way back, and the rest are happy enough to run their own pace, maybe feeling that there might be an instance that one of these 3 medalists might blow themselves out. Or maybe they all will. But they've been here before, and I remember CHENTOUF doing a lot of this during the Paralympic Games, and he did it in Lyon as well when he did that long-distance treble, the 5 to the 10, and then the marathon on the final day. But it's as you were at the front. CHENTOUF 1, KIRWA 2, ALOUI 3, 7 laps to go, and the rest of the field way, way back playing catch-up. But they're getting into position at the moment. AGRIPINO dos Santos is in a solid position, actually, for Brazil, right up towards the front. And the other Moroccan, BENIBRAHIM, there also, and they also now with 7 laps to go.
It's looking quite comfortable at the moment. There's WIETECKI. He just got a little spurt on a couple of laps ago and positioned himself to be 3rd wheel in that group. At the moment, Bilel from Canada leads that pack. It is just starting to separate a little bit, but still doing all of the heavy lifting out in front is CHENTOUF, and then That was Wadley leading the rest of the pack for Canada in 4th position. But as they come into the straight, last lap was 69.06. So if anything, just gradually slowing it off CHENTOUF, even though he is doing the work out in front from KIRWA in 2nd place. And then it is ALOUI from Tunisia, the 26-year-old in 3rd with 6 laps to go, 69.97. So just getting a couple of cheaper laps there, the last 2 laps for CHENTOUF. And here come the remainder with Ouellet in 4th position. And then still looking like he's holding his form pretty well is BENIBRAHIM in 5th place. And then the first of the athletes with a guide, the first of the Brazilians, AGRIPINO dos Santos, in next position. And it looks as though there's been a little bit of an issue as well. Oh, it is him, AGRIPINO dos Santos. Just as I said it as he was improving. You can see in the background there in that camera shot, he has pulled up, unfortunately. It looks as though he has done himself an injury. You also saw in that pack the Australian Jaryd Clifford. He wants to be the first Australian to compete at the Paralympics and Olympic Games. He's still running his own race, but that's unfortunate that AGRIPINO dos Santos has pulled up. But as they come down the straight, interesting to see the first 2 coming away now. CHENTOUF and KIRWA, who's had the cheap seat on him, and he is clear now of ALOUI in 3rd place, and then he would have a gap of about 80 metres on the 4th runner, which is Ouellet, who still isn't out of bronze medal contention at this point as they head to the back.
Well, the acceleration has been put in here by the 2012 champion, Amin CHENTOUF, and the 2008 champion, Henry KIRWA. They're 1 and 2 in the moment. Falling back a little bit now in 3rd place is Bilel ALOUI. Then a large gap back, around 100 metres, banging in 4th place. For Canada is Guillaume, Ouellet, the world champion over 5,000 metres, the Pan Am champion over 100 and 500. Then another big gap back to 5th place. So the European champion from Poland, Lukasz WIETECKI. But it certainly looked to me as if BENIBRAHIM of Morocco had a little bit of a problem as well. He just stumbled over. That was about half a lap ago. He recovered well. But AGRIPINO dos Santos looked as if he'd pulled a hamstring or something like that. At the front, CHENTOUF and KIRWA have really put down the hammer, and the rest are finding it hard to compete. ALOUI with 4 laps to go, just behind these 2 in 3rd place, not very far back. A solid defence of the bronze medal at the moment, but surely gold and silver is going to be jousted between these 2. KIRWA won the bronze back in London 2012 in this 5,000 metres when CHENTOUF dethroned him. It was his major CHENTOUF debut, CHENTOUF. He finished 10th in the 1500, 11th in the 8, so you can tell that the longer distances are more for him. There's quite a few of this field who will also be in the marathon. Gustavo NIEVES, particularly for Spain, was also one of those who was fighting hard in the middle of the field. But right now it is between these 2, and it's a fine exhibition of long middle to long distance running between these 2. Amin CHENTOUF, his only Paralympic gold coming in this 4 years ago, but a 3 times world champion since then. Didn't finish the 5,000 metres. It took care of a lot of very, very big names back in Doha at the World Championships in the searing heat there. But it's pleasant conditions. It's only about 30 down on the track this morning. They'll be used to a lot hotter. It's 3 laps to go. It's CHENTOUF leading them out. It's KIRWA on his shoulder, who's been following him, stalking him all morning. And in 3rd, a good chunk back, Bilel ALOUI of Tunisia. And if anybody's going to upset the top 3 in 4th place, it's going to be the Canadian, Guillaume Ouellet.
So when's KIRWA going to make his move here? CHENTOUF, even though the 3rd runner has dropped away, they haven't been speeding up. 69.91 is the previous lap, and there is the 3rd runner, ALOUI from Tunisia. CHENTOUF leads, KIRWA 2nd, and KIRWA has had every possible chance here, sitting behind CHENTOUF. He's had the sweet seat the entire way. And just the expression on CHENTOUF's face, it is just starting to hurt, as you would expect now. So as they come down the straight, they'll get 2 laps to go at this point. 69.91 was the previous lap. What's CHENTOUF gone here? Or slower, 1:10.58. So KIRWA still looks so comfortable behind him. Just crossing the line is ALOUI in 3rd place. The bronze medal looks pretty safe at this point. He's been able to fend off OUELLET from Canada, who is looking tired. He is losing his form, really starting to wobble those shoulders around in 4th position. Then into a clear 5th is the other Brazilian in the race, and that is Yeltsin, who's doing a terrific job with his guide, Bilel. So it'll be Brazil in 5th place at the moment, and then in 6th, it's Jaryd Clifford of Australia, just coming past, and he has now got 2 laps to go. There is our bronze medalist if it remains this way. But coming around the turn, they're about to hear the bell across the stadium. CHENTOUF in front, and is KIRWA able to sprint past him? How much has CHENTOUF got left? 1:10.58 was the last lap. And let's just see what they've been able to clock here for the 2nd last lap before the big sprint towards the end. They have clocked 1:10.52, so basically identical with a lap to go.
Look at the effort on the face of Amin CHENTOUF, the reigning champion from London 2012, the man he dethroned, the triple gold medalist from Beijing 2008. KIRWA's been on his shoulder throughout. The bell you heard there was for the 3rd placer, ALOUI, who's around 100 meters back. Still the pace being set by CHENTOUF and KIRWA. Who's going to crack first, if any? CHENTOUF knows that KIRWA's been sitting there all race, waiting for the time to go on the outside. There's a big screen on both sides of the stadium. CHENTOUF will be glaring up the whole time, knowing that KIRWA's still there. He can hear him, he can hear the footsteps. He knows KIRWA's gonna go, and now KIRWA goes on the final bend. Does CHENTOUF have anything left in the legs? He looks around, and KIRWA has got so much left in reserve. The timing absolutely perfect. Henry KIRWA of Kenya's gonna get his title back that he lost in London. He won it in Beijing. He wins in Rio. KIRWA 14-17-32. Amin CHENTOUF in 2nd place gets the silver, and it'll be bronze for Tunisia for Bilel ALOUI. In 3rd place, he's going to take 1.5 minutes off his lifetime best gloriously. How about that for timing by Henry KIRWA? He waited and he waited and he waited, and CHENTOUF knew it was coming, but there was absolutely nothing he could do. A 65-second last lap. 4th will go to OUELLET of Canada, just outside his lifetime best. And there'll be a 5th placer for Brazil. It'll be Yeltsin. He and his guide, Guillaume and Yeltsin, had a magnificent race to the line for 6th place, which in the end, I think BENIBRAHIM got ahead of the Australian here, Jaryd Clifford. And for the United States in 8th, it'll be Chaz Davis who got in. But in terms of the overall result, Henry KIRWA, he's been here before. 1,500, 5,000, 10,000. He won in 2008 in Beijing. Amin CHENTOUF won the 5, the 10, and the marathon in Lyon. And just when it came to the final sprint, as WIETECKI, the European champion, gets over the line for Poland. CHENTOUF with the silver medal this time, and when he reflects on it, he probably will be pleased, but not as happy as this man. KIRWA is a Paralympic champion again.
Looks so comfortable throughout. And there are the lads from Tunisia who both put in outstanding displays, including the bronze medalist,
who, by the way, in his category, has run a world record for T13. 14:33.33, beating the 1995 record set in Buenos Aires by Said Gomez of Panama.
So 6 Paralympic records for this man. 4 of them gold. Bronze in the 1500 here. but gets his title back in the 5,000 metres. He was the man you wanted to be on throughout. It was an entertaining tussle between the top three, and there's another retirement out of the race. That was Youssef BENIBRAHIM, who, to his credit, was able to pick himself up and keep going. The Paralympic motto shown there: if you fall over, get back up and keep going. But KIRWA, look at him power away coming into the straight. They are amazing, the Kenyans. They just continue to win long distance races with fresh legs, and that was a brilliant display. But full credit as well to CHENTOUF, who did all of the heavy lifting in front. The final lap 65.02, so really stepping it up. And look how fit he looks at the end of 5,000 metres. It's amazing.
It's a really solid time as well. I mean, 14:17:32. It's only 20 seconds outside. And I mean, CHENTOUF's world record set in London 2012 when he took the title off KIRWA. But now the Kenyan has his revenge. And Kenya in this managing to do something that they weren't able to in the Olympic Games and win the 5,000 in the men. Henry KIRWA takes it. 14 minutes, 17.32 seconds. Gold for Kenya. Amin CHENTOUF, the silver for Morocco. And Bilel, ALOUI, the bronze for Tunisia. And in his category, a new world record. AGRIPINO and NIEVES unable to finish.